Hello fans and friends across the universe. Welcome to my YouTube channel, From Me to You. My name's Keir Smith and today I want to share with you my review for this album. The 1974 release by John Lennon called Walls and Bridges. Walls and Bridges was released on the 26th of September 1974 during John's infamous Lost Weekend. He'd separated from Yoko the year before, and with her blessing he was now dating May Pang, who was John and Yoko's secretary. And during this time John somewhat reverted to being a teenager and used it as an excuse to go wild, partying far too much, getting into fights. He famously got kicked out of the Troubadour Club with Harry Nilsson for heckling these Smothers brothers who were performing that night, and he was just drinking and drugging to excess and clearly missing Yoko a lot. Let's take a look at the album cover. An original drawing by John Lennon, as it says at the top, from June 1952, age 11. And this is actually a drawing of the FA Cup final that year, which was contested between Newcastle United and Arsenal. Newcastle won 1-0. And the back cover, I have to be careful because this is a second-hand copy, but you can peel these back and create new faces for John. More nice pictures on the inner sleeve. And it also comes with a booklet that has all of the lyrics inside, plus some additional drawings. And funnily, on the back, a full explanation of the origins of the name Lennon. And at the bottom, John Lennon just signs it, "Oh yeah, John Lennon." Onto the music. Side 1, track 1 opens with Going Down on Love, and we find John in confessional writing mode here, clearly dealing with the separation from Yoko when he sings "Something precious and rare disappears in thin air and it seems so unfair," and he leans back on the Beatles classic Help when he sings "Won't somebody please help me, you know I'm drowning in the sea of hatred." It's a nice piano track, and we get some bongos, and Bobby Keys' horn arrangement is really good. That adds some flavour to the song, and it's a really good opening track. I really like Going Down on Love. The funky hit single is next, Whatever Gets You Through the Night, and May Pang said that John got the title watching TV late one night, and he was channel surfing as he often did, and came across a programme with Reverend Ike, an evangelist who coined the phrase on that programme, "Whatever Gets You Through the Night." And this is a great, fun time, catchy rock and roll song, thanks in no small part to Elton John, whose fingerprints are all over this song, literally, with that rollicking piano and offering great harmonies. Bobby Keys' saxophone fizzes and blares throughout. John's in great voice, and it's probably as catchy and as commercial as John Lennon would ever sound. And Elton John made a bet with John Lennon and said, "This is a #1 single," and John, cynical as ever, said, "No, it will never be." And Elton John said, "Well, the bet is, if it does get to #1, you come and perform with me live on stage." John agreed, and we'll come to that a little bit later on. The wonderful, relaxed piano ballad is next, Old Dirt Road. And Old Dirt Road is a metaphor, apparently, a point of stability in an unstable world. And this was co-written with Harry Nilsson, who contributes the great lyric, "Trying to shovel smoke with a pitchfork in the wind." I love John's vocal on this track. Jesse Ed Davis plays some wonderful weepy guitar parts around the song. It's got a great middle eight when John sings, "You know, I guess it's okay, the only thing we need is water," cool, clear water, and the fingers drag down the piano. And just a really warm, affecting ballad. And I love the resignation in John's voice when he sings "Keep on Keeping On" at the end. Great song, Old Dirt Road. Another up-tempo, funky song next with What You Got, and this is guaranteed to put a spring in your step. Built around a strong clavinet riff, and John delivers a raucous rock and roll vocal when he sings, "Well, it's Saturday night and I've just got to rip it all up. Sunday morning I've just got to give it all up. Come Monday, mama, and I've just got to run away. You don't know what you got until you lose it." Clearly singing to Yoko, but really catchy and really good song. Bless You is next, and this is another reflective ballad. And Bless You is next, and this is another reflective ballad. And even though John was dating May Pang at the time, his thoughts were never far from Yoko, who too was apparently dating David Spinoza, who had played on John's very own Mind Games album, and John is maybe directing the lyrics at him when he sings, "Bless you, whoever you are, holding her now, be warm and kind-hearted." It's not a great track for me. It's a little bit dour, it's a little bit jazzy, dare I say it, but upon the release of the album, John Lennon pointed out that it was the best thing on the album, so horses for courses. Mood-wise, the next song, Scared, picks up where Bless You left off, but this is stronger material for me. The lyrics and the melody are much better, and it's very dark and soul-bearing, desperate even. And John sings, I'm scared, and later on, I'm scarred. And the strings and the brass were overdubbed later on, but for that, this could have easily fit on the Plastic Ono Band album. Great middle eight when John sings, hatred and jealousy, gonna be the death of me. I guess I knew it right from the start. Really strong vocal and great song, Scared. Flipping the vinyl over to side 2, we begin with the gorgeous number 9 Dream, which incidentally was the second single from the album, and it peaked at number 9 on the US Billboard Top 100 chart. And John Lennon just has this incredible ability to capture something and make the song sound exactly how it was conceived. The song came to him in a dream. All that bawakawa, pussy, is just a nonsense phrase that came to him in the dream, and that Jesse Ed Davis squalling guitar part really makes the song, and John delivers this wistful, dreamy vocal, and one of his very best songs. Absolutely brilliant, number 9 Dream. Surprise, surprise, Sweet Bird of Paradox is next, and this is fun, up-tempo, catchy, and very pop in many ways. Could have easily been a hit single, and John Lennon later dismissed it as a piece of garbage, but I think that's more to do with the lyrical content, as it clearly expresses his love for May Pang at the time when he sings, her body's warm and wet, she gets me through this god-awful loneliness. And I really like the horns on this. Elton John's harmonies are great. John sounds like he's having fun doing it. Really good song. The dark and menacing Steel and Glass is next with its soft acoustic opening, and you hear John mutter in the background, here's a story about an old friend of mine, who is it? And apparently it was Alan Klein he was singing about, but musically it resembles How Do You Sleep from the Imagine album. The violins and the horn arrangement kind of lean on that riff a little bit, but John later said that the song was about him, and lyrically it could well be when he sings, your mother left you when you were small, but you're going to wish you weren't born at all. I love the way he elongates his vocal and stretches it out when he sings that part, and it's a brooding number, but I really like it. It's a bit spiteful, and John's great when he's doing that. Beef Jerky is next, and this is pretty much an instrumental track, bar the chanting of beef jerky, beef jerky. It's largely forgettable. It's kind of like a funk blues thing. The riff sounds like Let Me Roll It from Wings' Band on the Run album, and John and Paul had jammed together during the Lost Weekend and were on much better terms, and I think this is a nod from John to Paul, and quite a nice touch. And on Walls and Bridges, John refers to himself in a number of different pseudonyms, and this one's my favourite if I can refer to the booklet. This is guitars are by Jesse Ed Davis and Dr. Winston and Booker Table and the Maitre D's. Very funny. Nobody Loves You When You're Down and Out is next, and this song probably best expresses the overwhelming loneliness and frustration that John felt at this point in his life. It starts off just John and the acoustic, Nobody Loves You When You're Down and Out, and a little bit cynical when he sings I'll Scratch Your Back and You Knife Mine, and probably pointing at some of the negative press that he'd received over the last couple of years when he sings in a rather exasperated voice, all I can tell you is it's all showbiz, and the horns come in and create this melodramatic feel that really add to the overall feel of the song. And it builds and it builds, and Jesse Ed Davis plays that wonderful squalling guitar solo that's just perfection. And you get to the middle eight where you get this emotional outburst from John with that wonderful vocal. Well, I get up in the morning and I'm looking in the mirror to see, ooh-wee, and I'm lying in the darkness and you know I can't get to sleep. It's just so powerful and moving, and the great lyric at the end when he sings, everybody loves you when you're 6 foot in the ground, and the outro is John whistling away, resigned. an incredibly moving song and raw emotion, and absolutely fantastic. I always cite this as my favourite John Lennon solo song. It's that good. Nobody Loves You When You're Down and Out. The album finishes with Yaya, and this was a song recorded to satisfy a lawsuit that was being taken out against John Lennon by Maurice Levy over the Beatles song Come Together, sounding so much like Chuck Berry's You Can't Catch Me. And it does. John had agreed to record 3 of Maurice Levy's songs. Yaya is here, and the other 2 appear on John Lennon's rock and roll album in 1975. And John Lennon said of this song, "Yaya was a contractual obligation to Maurice Levy as a result of the court case. It was a humiliation, and I regret having to be in that position, but I did it." So what you get here is a little bit of a sing-along, and you can hear John Lennon say at the start of the song, "Let's do Sitting in the La La and get rid of that," referring to the court case. And it's John Lennon on piano and Julian Lennon on drums making his debut, and it's a nice little father-son throwaway sing-along thing, and a nice end to the album. I thought I'd share this with you. As I mentioned earlier, Elton John and John Lennon made the bet regarding Whatever Gets You Through the Night. It did go to number 1, and to square the bet, John Lennon appeared on stage with Elton John at the Madison Square Garden, New York, 28th of November 1974. And this is the front cover of the Melody Maker music newspaper from December the 7th, 1974, reporting on that famous gig, Lennon Jams with Elton. And it says here, "Elton John and John Lennon together on stage. It happened just like the Melody Maker predicted at New York's Madison Square Garden last week." And here it says, "And as the Melody Maker forecast on this front page a month ago, John Lennon made a guest appearance, joining in with Whatever Gets You Through the Night, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, and the classic Beatles oldie, I Saw Her Standing There." Walls and Bridges was generally well received by the critics, and the public certainly liked it. It got to number 1 on the US album charts and number 6 in the UK. I think it's a really strong album. It's open and honest, and it's home to some of John Lennon's very best songs, and it's an album that I've enjoyed time and time again over the last 20-25 years. What do you think to Walls and Bridges? Do you think it's a strong album? What's your favourite song on the album? Please leave your comments below. I'd be really interested to read them. Please give the video the thumbs up if you enjoyed it. Please subscribe to the channel. There'll be lots more to come. Thanks as always for watching. See you next time.